Diversity, obviously, I have experienced it firsthand myself because I come from Asian family and I grew up in North Africa. So I have experienced cultural diversity, meeting different people with their own individuality, with their own individual differences, them being unique and different from how I was. So meeting different races, ethnicities, and everything, obviously, that is diversity. And bringing it together, all the differences together. Okay, diversity in my practice, as I had said that by profession, I'm a physiotherapist, not a teacher. Although I worked briefly as a teacher, as an English language teacher, TOEFL, to foreigners back in 2006, 7, and 8. So I experienced diversity there in my practice because I had students from different countries, ranging from South Korea to Spain to Egypt, and they were all together with one goal to learn English, and none of them spoke English because I used to teach pre-intermediate level. So there I had really experienced diversity firsthand. But now that I work as a physiotherapist, like I said, it's individual differences, but not only with gender and ethnicity and culture, but it's also diversity is also physical abilities. So now that I work as a physiotherapist, I work in my practice diversity of, the diversity that I see is of physical abilities. So for example, I would be doing an exercise class for people with osteoarthritis, and I would have people who walk with a stick. There will be people who walk independently, and I will have people who are in a wheelchair. So there is also physical ability diversity. So for me, the word inclusion means that all the people of different abilities and needs are included together, they're respected equally, and they have equal rights. To achieve inclusion, okay, to achieve inclusion, I think the best is to educate people. There has to be also accessibility. Okay, when I say accessibility, I mean two things by it. Accessibility of different diversity of people to come together, and accessibility, for example, in my case, I work as a physiotherapist. So accessibility also environmental accessibility. For example, if I have people with different physical abilities coming, I would need accessibility even with wheelchair people to be able to access the building. So for that to come, we have to have education of the society, education and good communication as well, because if people don't know that people with wheelchair would need a ramp to get into the building, there has to be communication from both sides. And not only accessibility, education and communication, it is also giving people opportunities and changing the attitude of people to achieve this inclusion. Because when you're bringing people, so both at school and also at my work as a physiotherapist, when you're bringing people with different backgrounds, with their unique abilities and their own package, their own experiences, you're bringing different people together into the room and you're giving them that opportunity to express themselves, for example, by giving them a task, by giving them some exercise to do together, and they will have to communicate together as a teamwork. It is giving them that opportunity to mix together and communicate together. And that, with different experiences and with different cultural backgrounds and also different backgrounds, not only cultural, will give a person the confidence that he or she can speak in that group and can participate in that group. I think the trick is always when you have big groups and you want to promote participation and inclusion with diversity at the same time. The trick is always to give everybody opportunity to speak, and the trick is always to break the ice first in a fun way. So even like some fun light game that make people laugh, and then they can work together and they would be like comfortable to create a rapport between them, so they'll be comfortable to participate more and be more active in that group activity.